Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Hafizah Ain binti Muhammad Hadi and my partner is Nur Nazifah binti Baharudin. Today, we would like to presenting about the article that we choose, which is getting more to use public transport. So this is the introduction. Public transportation is a system of transport for passengers by group travel system available for use by the public. Public transportation has a set schedule, follows well-defined routes and charges a set fare for each journey. In these issues, the article that we choose is getting more to use public transport. The article is written by Meng Yu Chong. It is published on 28 September 2021. The writer said in the article is about the use of public transport effort to attract people to use it. Next, this is the example of public transport in our country, which is Malaysia. As you can see, we have airplanes, bus, train, such as MRT and LRT. Ferry and taxi is also one of the public transport as well. Okay, the next slide, we go to the factors causes the case. Regarding to the latest issue in our country, getting more to use public transport is our necessary to use in our daily life to move one point to another point of destinations. The first factor caused in this issue is because of the pandemic of COVID-19. It has an impact on operators and the national transportation sector as a whole. New norms such as social distancing have also reduced the number of passengers per trip. Secondly, most of the community prefer to use private vehicles that promise comfort, speed, and privacy. It is because the relatively low cost of car ownership affect people use private vehicles rather than public transport. For example, the article mentioned the increase in sales of used cars, especially priced at 30,000 ringgit and below, jump more than 10% to used vehicles. Lastly, the factor caused is the uncompetitive and poor governance for transport and logistic industry. For example, there is a poor long-distance cargo, access to the main gateway, insufficient facilities, and inefficient logistic transportation service. So, foreign investors will difficult to invest and have less trust in economic establish based on the transportation industry in our country. That's all for me. I will pass the next slide to Nazifah to continue.
Implication drawn from the case. First, economic development will be slow. That means a rise in car ownership as shown in this article can lead to an extremely risk economic slump. For example, according to the article, the capital share target of 14% in the 12th Nation Plan could not be met last year. This is due to the relatively low cost of car ownership, which encourage individuals to drive rather than take public transportation. Two, not aware about the development of public transport. That means many people struggle to comprehend the significance of public transport. This is due to the lack of understanding of the various advantages of public transportation. It will be lead that they lose sight of their duty as citizens in changing the economic system in the long run. It may have unhealthy effect on the development of public transportation. For example, it will cause customers to be unaware of and forget how to use the development public transportation system. And last, it was difficult for foreign investors to invest in our country. That means it's important for foreign companies to invest in our country so the relation can be enhanced and the country can thrive in the public transport sector. For example, in this article show the occurrence of poor governments. This can make it difficult to connect and persuade investors to invest with our country in the public transport and logistic industry. Suggestion or recommendation from article has 3 points. First, government intends to put more cargo onto rail for sustainability. In this article, offers some solution to the problem that the government plan to tackle by putting more cargo on the rails in order to ensure the long-term delivery of commodities to customers. Furthermore, it produces less carbon and is a safer and smooth path. This is because the government has taken advantages of the logistic industry's change to improve cargo delivery journey. It has the potential to reduce congestions. Point number 2, affordable public transport charge. In this article, the government need to take seriously about the issue, setting affordable price for public transport charge. Reasonable transportation fee can encourage public to purchase ticket for public transportation seat reservation. For example, LRT transit ticket should be priced according to the location and the current price norm. As a result, this step may attract people to use public transportation in a more cost-effective and efficient manner. And last, build a terminal close to the community. Moreover, in an effective way, the government should build public transport terminal close to the community. For example, the government must be suitable port site near a populated area. This is because the community will have easy access to public transportation and will use it on a regular basis to travel about. Suggestion or recommendation for group suggestion has 3.2. First, government need to increase advertising to promote public transport in our country. That's mean we had discussed for encourage people to take public transport. For example, the government can advertise on street side, television, radio and social media. This is due to the fact that people of all age prioritize social media in their daily life. As a result, this way is very easy to attract their attention by using public transport to move from one place to another place or to another destination. Second, make improvement of terminal and public transport. The government should take steps to improve terminal and public transportation in order to improve user safety and comfort. This because maintaining a high level of user satisfaction necessitates ensure the safety and comfort of consumers. They will also feel more ease and secure as a result of the situation at the terminal and the availability of complete public transportation. For example, the terminal should provide separate area for Muslim to prayers, as well as toilet and special seat for the disabled, pregnant women and the elderly. Lastly, create public transport using AI system. We recommended that the government produce a concept for more advanced public transportation system, such as artificial intelligence or AI. They be more curious and willing to try out transportation that relies on a unique AI system rather than human worker. For example, in method can reduce the amount of staff required to operate LRT, MRT and bus vehicle. Furthermore, the AI transportation system includes security elements that can protect users who use the system. Conclusion, public transport has many benefits that can move us from one place to another place. Cheap fare will make people prefer to take public transport because of the higher cost of living. The government should take the lead by offering discount to senior citizens, individuals with special needs, pregnant women and students to encourage them to use them.
That's all from us. Thank you.